Welcome to another episode of Laurie Maves ART Live Intuitive Painting. Today I'm going to paint live intuitively for you for about 20 minutes. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll get to work. I am doing another great repaint over or redo this piece. It's oil and canvas. I made it like, hi Laura, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm redoing this piece here and I'm just looking at it and I don't know why I ever stopped at this point, but maybe I think I was maybe new to oil painting when I started this piece, but it is super dark and it hasn't sold and it hasn't found a home. So if I find a piece that I'm not completely in love with and it hasn't sold and hasn't gone anywhere, it's time for a new life. So having said that, I've been standing here the last 15 minutes waiting to start this live feed, and I don't know where to go with this piece. So I'm just going to maybe start with some white, and we'll see where that takes us. For the majority, I'm using white oil paint, and I'm going to be using some oil sticks today. So this is your classic Winsor Newton titanium white. And let's take a palette knife. Add some white. See where that takes us. I like these light areas in here. And there are all these little compartments, so I like them. So I feel like those are going to stay. There's something about them I enjoy. So maybe we'll just see where this ends up today. And this is the last Saturday before Christmas. I'm sure people are up and about crazy shopping today. We don't do that in this house. Not that I am anti-Christmas, and I know means am I anti-Christmas, but the anti-hype of the holiday, I am. I think so many people get lost in me about it, about the holiday being about what kind of gifts you show up with versus just show up with yourself, right? Just show up with yourself. Hi, Robert Ians. God bless you. How are you today? Robert or Laura, do either of you have holiday plans? Since it's a very intimate group here watching my live painting on a Saturday morning. Every day is a holiday in this house. My husband and I decided that together a number of years ago. And since then, that's how we live. Which honestly takes the pressure off of a lot of holidays because you don't have to hurry and scurry to get something. If we see something for somebody, we kind of just give random gifts throughout the year. Okay, let's see where this takes us today. Feeling white and a little bit of gold. See a little gold. A little dab will do you, right? So take gold, sheave a paint stick. And maybe wearing yellow ochre. Let's see if I've got some ochre over here. Ah, oh, blend. Let's blend, shall we? In this little jar here, I have some Gamsol paint thinner. What brush? Let's go here. See how this rolls out. As a small ode to Rob Reiner, my husband and I, we watched Spinal Tap last night, 1983 Spinal Tap, with Christopher Guest, and I can remember that other guy's name. And if you haven't ever seen Spinal Tap, it's pretty hilarious. It's really pretty hilarious. I have friends that love, like one of my best friends. I don't know if she watches this or not, but Sandra, if you're watching this, she she and her husband love heavy metal. They've been like Metallica fans their entire lives. And that music always just reminds me of my friend Sandra. So if you need a good laugh during the holidays and you're tired of Christmas movies, see if you can scour up a copy of Spinal Tap. It's a special kind of humor though. So, um, some people might find it's not your taste, but it is. I just couldn't stop laughing. It's really pretty ridiculous. Okay, see, we're already making friends here, dear painting. And what I don't want to get stuck doing here is following the original format, the way this painting was set up. Like it was all these circles in the middle. And I don't know how I feel about that. Not necessarily circles, but these shapes. But it's okay. I'm just painting what I think it wants to do. This is how intuitive painting goes. For me, anyway. If you're watching and you paint, I'd love to hear how you approach and when you approach painting without a plan. Okay, that's better. This is better. Somebody wants bigger brush. Bigger brush, bigger brush, bigger brush. Yeah, let's see. Put this down. I don't know about this, but this here, we can get some kind of magic happen over here. Right now, I just have a dry brush. And I'm just moving this pigment that's mixed with paint thinner around it. See if we end up with something. Hi, Dave. Thanks for a snack. What's for snack today?
He's on the bed.
Huh?
He's on the bed.
Okay. Okay. See ya. Yeah. Yes. Romeo. Pedro. David. We have a fishing boat here in South Florida. And when I'm not painting or blogging or teaching yoga, practicing yoga, or visiting my mother, or reading a book, or fishing. Okay, I'm feeling so much better about that. Let's see. This possibly might work. Who knows? Boy, right now this looks like a huge mess. But have faith in the process. We will arrive at a solution. It makes sense here. Boy, this one's a tough one, guys. I don't know. Sometimes resurrecting a painting is one big puzzle. Hmm. That's what this one is today. I have no jolly good idea where the thing was going to go. I first thought I was just going to stick to the shapes and circles that were here, but wasn't feeling that. So this might all get obliterated. Yeah. You know what's funny about painting live for you guys, or whoever's watching, is there is a bit of pressure that I'm here to entertain you, like Joe Pesci. And what if it looks like a big turd? Well, then my apologies in advance. I should have you guys sign a disclaimer that there's no guarantee that you're going to be entertained today. You know, because at least Bob Ross had that on his side. He always knew he was going to end up at some landscape or mountainscape, some trees, mountains, whatever. This program is a big hot mess. Sometimes it just rolls out naturally, and then sometimes I'm completely stuck. Hmm, okay, just heard get a rag and start wiping. So get a rag and start wiping is probably what I should listen to. Get a rag and start wiping. Let's see what that does. A rag. Where's the rag? We're about halfway through. Hi, Ray. Hi, Leah. Polar bear and marching figures. That's funny, Alexi. Let's see. Merry Christmas, Shonda. Hi. Hi, Robert. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, polar bear, maybe. I'm gonna stick with the rag. Do a bit of a wipeout here. I feel like I just got started, but we're already 20 minutes in. So what's this doing? I feel like this is really softening the situation, which is kind of nice. Kind of more dreamy, kind of dreamy. And there's excess paint now on this rag, so if I just tap it, I can transfer some pigment back onto the canvas. And if I come back in here, I can wipe some of this away. That's kind of Okay. Well, this is gonna need I my. Okay, maybe we'll try wiping some of these out. See if we can't get a little rhythm going here. Some facial rhythm. Okay, that's not so bad. One problem's right. It's about as much as you put into it, as much as you take out. So, oh, we're moving some of that food I had on there. It's giving it this nice soft quality. It's not really feeling that gold or the ochre. I like these dark spots. I feel like I want to come back in with some nice dark purple, indigo, maybe. Ah, maybe. I don't know. You guys got feedback. A girl with a crochet. Yeah, kind of. Oh, yeah. Okay. If this is her face and she's leaning back and like if she's going like that, if it's like pixelated, sure, I can see that. That's interesting for sure. Mm. Oh, you guys, this is the toughest one to date. That's for sure. Maybe I could get a tiny little brush here and start making those little encapsulation shapes, which I like to do in my sketchbook. Yeah, I think that's what's called for here. And maybe even getting some dark blue on here. Maybe like a midnight blue. And bring in some of these shapes back. Or say, ouch. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking that might be a solution. 5 minutes to go. Okay, guys, let me see what else I can add here. I feel like it needs dark, dark. Okay, here's a green. Like that. Let's see. And I have a dark blue in here. Let's see this one. I like that blue. Okay, so I think let's see where this goes. Okay. All right. Right away, I feel like this is what's going to happen here. Okay. So my writing has that flexible makes me think that. Oh, does it? I'd love to see some of your writing, Ray Daniel. So flexible. Imagine how exciting and it's been up and flying at night. Oh, very, very nice, Teresa. Thanks for that comment. So interesting. Okay, so when I just started this tiny little process, which or whatever I call it encapsulation. I take something that's big and chaotic, and then I start to take time and I make little shapes. So I'm going to show you that up close. And then I'm going to end the live stream today because I don't like these to go more than 30 minutes. I think it's just too much. But if you guys can see this, okay? So I started here. I can't say so with this. Where's the cameras? Okay, you can see this here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking a little bit of this pigment and I'm making a shape and making another little shape. And I'm making another little shape. And this is so relaxing for me, but for you guys to watch it from there, not so much. So I'm going to continue with this motion and I'll post a photo later. And I think that might be the solution for this piece. And if not, I do see kind of a face there looking up with kind of a bonnet or a handkerchief in her hair on this side. But it's interesting how I don't see it when I'm looking straight at it. That is very satisfying. So I'm going to turn off the live feed for today. I'm going to work those tiny little pieces and I'm going to put on some high megahertz yoga music, some kind of singing bowls, crystal bowls, see what happens here. And I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling really good about that because I was feeling really lost when I started this off this afternoon. So we're here at 12:30. That's it for the live stream today. Um, just know all you guys are, your energy is in this painting. I really appreciate you and your presence. You have no idea. It's different. It's way different painting for people and painting with an audience than painting by myself. And there's this different dynamic that happens. It's a little bit of pressure combined with, but then the connectivity of your energy. And I know that sounds hokey, but it's my experience and it's totally true. So if it's not, doesn't work for you, that's okay. But thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll probably do this again next week. If I don't see all of you before Christmas, I hope you have a really nice holiday and a safe holiday week, safe travels. Ciao, ciao.